Hello, my friend. Hello, hello. Thank God this week is over. Thank God this week is over. I don't even know if I believe in God, but I'm thanking Him anyways. You know what I do believe in? Us. I believe in you and me and my commitment to this. I go live here on YouTube every weekday at this same time, 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 4:15 Pacific, and we do hot topics. And if you can, please consider becoming a member of my channel. Especially now, it would mean a lot because I would say the last week or so, the last couple of weeks, I have not been posting as many videos as normal. So the less videos you post, the less views and the less well your channel does. So if you can become a member and support that way, it would be greatly appreciated. In addition to helping out, you also get a little badge, the little star that Bammy has or Terry has as well. And in addition to supporting and getting a badge, if you become a member, which I will pin the top comment here with instructions on how to become a member, you also get to chat live with me during all of the Hot Topics shows, because every Monday through Friday at this time, I am chatting exclusively with my members. However, and listen up, I truly appreciate every single person that watches. That is a great way just of supporting. And I thank you all. You're all welcome. And everybody can leave a comment when the live stream is over. I see your star, Terry. It's right after your name. It's in blue. Hey, Jane. Everybody can comment after the live stream is over. So I'm going to switch this now to member only mode. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. If you're joining, wanting to hear about the headline, "Do these texts make Justin Baldoni look bad?" I will be talking about this. This might not be what you want to hear. If you're watching the replay, just fast forward. Hopefully somebody can mention in the comments section at what point that begins. But I'm going to talk Taylor Swift at the very beginning. So at the top of the show, we're talking Taylor Swift. In the middle, we're talking other topics. And then I'm going to save Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni for the end of the show because I don't know how long that's going to go. I will get to that, Bammy. I don't know how long the Blake and Justin discussion will last. It might be a considerable amount of time. So I want to get through all of the other stuff, which won't take as long, up top. Starting with Taylor Swift. You guys, the Easter egg queen has done it again. Let me break it down for you. Actually, I don't even need to break it down for you. Sometimes silence is deafening. And by that, in relation to this, I mean, usually, I'm not even, I remember, I've been doing this for 21 years. Things happen like clockwork. Every year, right around this time, we're constantly hearing chatter. Oh, it's rumored that so-and-so is going to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. It's rumored that so-and-so is going to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. This year, we're not hearing any of that. But we are being told, basically, by Taylor Swift that she's going to do it. Taylor Swift has never performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. The timing of this, oh la la, you make me wanna la la, in the kitchen on the floor, I'm like an alley cat. Welcome, Aunt Lala. Mwah. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. Okay. I'll tell you the Easter eggs that us hardcore Swifties have been obsessing over that lead many of us to believe that Taylor will be performing at the Super Bowl in February. But the timing of this would be so spot on. As we've talked about this week, Taylor is releasing her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, in October the 3rd, to be exact. 10 plus 3, 13, Taylor's favorite number. And most likely, Taylor will have a tour that will kick off at some point in 2023. The Eras tour kicked off in March. I remember because I went to see her in March of 2023. That was a long tour. The Eras tour was almost 2 whole years. I saw Taylor in March of 2023, and the Eras tour did not end until December of 2024. Why would Taylor put herself in the position of being booed? Why would she be booed? If Donald Trump goes, I don't think she would be booed if Donald Trump goes. I don't think she would be booed as the halftime show performer. But Donald Trump would probably go, hoping that his presence might spark some people to boo Taylor. I still don't think, that's a great point that you bring. I still don't think people would boo her. And if they do, I don't think she would care, to be honest. On with the show. I don't think she's going to let the fear of potential booing get in her way. In fact, she's basically confirmed it. So, this is wild. Super Bowl 47 is coming up. Wait. Super Bowl, let me confirm this. Super Bowl, is that Super Bowl? Oh, no. Wait. No, Super Bowl 60. God, I knew I'm not like, I watched all these videos that broke it down for me. Super Bowl, what does the 47 come in? So Taylor said, oh, that's why. Oh, okay, I got it now. Okay. Okay. Taylor said that she is thinking about sourdough like 60% of the time. She said that in the New Heights interview, her boyfriend's podcast. She said, I'm thinking about sourdough 60% of the time. That's an Easter egg. The upcoming Super Bowl is Super Bowl 60. Let me just confirm that. Super Bowl 59. Yeah, Super Bowl 59 was this year. Oh my God. So she's thinking about sourdough about 60% of the time. The upcoming Super Bowl in February, Super Bowl 60. It's going to be held in Levi's Stadium, where the San Francisco 49ers play. And you know who the mascot? I did not know any of this, you guys. I'm not a football person. Do you know who the mascot is for the San Francisco 49ers? Sourdough Sam. What? Sourdough Sam. She's thinking about sourdough 60% of the time. Sourdough Sam is the name of the mascot. And at one point in the interview on the New Heights podcast, Taylor also said, thank you for screaming for me for 47 seconds. Thank you for screaming for me for 47 seconds. Well, it just so happens that the 47th stop of the Eras tour was at Levi's Stadium, where the 60th Super Bowl is going to be held. I'm too excited. I'm too excited. And Another good working theory from my fellow Swifties is that, making a note for my podcast. The podcast comes out on Monday. If you want to support, you can check it out, perezpodcast.com. Some hardcore Swifties have also deduced that Taylor is going to give us everything. Like, she wants this new album to do well. So some of the vinyl or CDs might come with like extra perks. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if you buy the vinyl, you can get like a QR code to download this or get that or whatever. And basically, we found out that most likely there will be a documentary coming out as well, especially because the album was all about the Eras is all about, her life as a showgirl on the Eras tour. So very excited about that. Also, in music news, Maroon 5 released a new album today, y'all. Did anybody know that? I only found out about it because I got a press release telling me Maroon 5's new album is out. And I'm like, what? I heard like no buzz about that. Like no buzz, no chatter, no anticipation. Okay. Jennifer knew. I had no idea. Did you know, Bammy? Congrats to them. I do know that Cardi B has an album that comes out in September. I've heard now 2 songs. Cardi just released a second song from her upcoming album. This song is called Imaginary Players. Have any of you heard it? Hey, where's Hansel? I think it's fine. Imaginary Players by Cardi is fine. It's fine. I'm like, it's no WAP. It's no, I like that. It's no, All right. In more music-related news, ay, Dios mío, escándalo. You guys remember Sean Kingston? And all you beautiful girls. Well, I told you all a month or 2 ago, over the summer, Sean Kingston was found guilty of committing fraud. And now he just had his sentencing, and the former musician was just sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for committing fraud. His mother was also found guilty, and his mom is also facing time behind bars. Oopsie. Sucks for them. All right. I'll talk a little bit more about Taylor Swift when we get to the Blake Lively segment, because there is some crossover there, but I'm saving it. All right. You know who I recently discovered on social? Oh, see, journalist. Thank you. Everybody make sure to follow C Journalist. She's a content creator herself. Appreciate you. That's so kind of you. We're going to get to the Blake Lively of it all later on in the show. Don't you worry. I recently rediscovered Kate Gosselin on social media. And I kind of really like her. Or at least the version of her that she is today. Or at least the version of her that she wants us to believe that she is today. It could all be an act. I don't know. I also saw that her ex-husband, John Gosselin, is on social media after Kate started to get real active, making vlogs, like mini vlogs and creating content. So did he, and he says that she blocked him. She blocked him. Oops, who cares? I mean, I get it. It's smart of him to let the world know that. He's playing the game. But yeah. And yes, as Bammy said, Kate revealed that has gone back to nursing. Thank you, C journalist. You rule. Kate Gosselin has gone back to nursing. And you know what? A nursing degree is something that will always come in handy. So that's a good thing to have in your back pocket. It's wild, you know, she was so famous for so long. It's hard to maintain. I bet, you know what, like, she could probably kick things up a notch again. Like, creating all this content is the first step. Maybe she'll start a podcast or something. I don't know if I would listen to her podcast, but you know what? Like, I like to be honest. I don't even listen to any podcasts except for mine. I'm too busy. I don't have time for podcasts. I don't have time to sleep, y'all. I barely have time. God, this week, I have been so unwell that I kept having to tell myself, wait, what am I supposed to do next? Like, I literally, like, repeatedly this week kept forgetting my thoughts. Like, my brain was short-circuiting and that overloaded. Like, wait. I knew I was going to say, I knew I had told myself that I have to do something next, and I just forgot what I have to do next. Wait, what did I have to do next? Like, it's crazy. Like, that happened consistently this week. But we are here and now, and I think I've got it together in this moment. I've got it together right now. But I did not. Oh my God. Well, I don't even. It's okay. Oh my God. They can't share this. I'm not even embarrassed. I'm not even embarrassed if they, well, they can't, they're not gonna be able to share this, but I've been dealing with so much stress for so many reasons, but even this week, oh my God, if representing yourself in legal proceedings is so hard because there's so many things that you don't know, right? Like, I didn't know that serving Blake Lively's lawyers by email was not allowed in Nevada. So I technically had not served her until this week, when I did serve her legal team correctly, the way that the court here in Nevada wants. They have a form. I printed out the form. It gave me an option to snail mail. I used FedEx with signature required. I sent her lawyers every bit of the filing that I did. And then in addition to that, I sent the PDF of the certificate of service and a PDF of the receipt, my FedEx receipt, to the court. And I told the court, this has been done, sending, these PDFs for your records, for the docket. And I actually sent it to my sister because I was like having a breakdown today because I sent that on Wednesday. I emailed the wonderful federal court here in Las Vegas on Wednesday, and yesterday afternoon, I'm like, well, this hasn't been docketed yet. What's going on? So yesterday, I sent the clerk's office here in Las Vegas another email. I'm like, hey, I just noticed I didn't know why it was happening. I was like, could it be because I had the same subject as an old email? Like the clerk here in Las Vegas had previously emailed me confirmation of receiving the previous filing. So I just replied to that email instead of, this is how my brain, like my paranoid brain, I replied to that old email instead of creating a new email with a new subject. So yesterday I said, hey, sending this with a new subject line and not as a reply. And I want to make sure that I cross all my T's and dot my I's and do everything that I'm supposed to do because I see that you haven't docketed my filings. And then that was yesterday because I had emailed them on Wednesday. And then they responded today with the following email. It was very short. Oh my God. It says, thank you for emailing the U.S. District Court. Wait, let me show you so you don't think I'm lying. Not that you would, but I'll read it to you. It doesn't matter. This email is not even my personal email. It's just the email that I've been using for filings. So, anyways, this is what they emailed today, right? They responded, thank you for emailing the U.S. District Court for the District of Nevada. Your email does not contain PDF documents. The court will not download any attachments not in PDF format. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Every single thing that I sent was a PDF. And then I was like, oh, the goat, thank you. My sister works with me and she is like right brain. I'm left brain. She's right brain. She's like, send me the email that you sent them. So I sent them the email and she's like, oh, they're probably not accepting it because of this. I had sent everything as a PDF and I also zipped it all into a zip file to make it easier for them because there were a lot of different exhibits. So I'm like, okay, I'm making it I'm helping them, I thought. My sister's like, oh, they might not download the zip file. They might think it's like a virus or what. I'm like, but they're all PDFs inside of the zip file. And, sorry, I also sent them as individual PDFs in addition to the zip file. So today, I sent a new email without the zip file, but like, I took a screenshot of this too. Hold on. I literally don't know. So like, I sent them the email, right? And do any of you have an iPhone? When I first tried to send it, it said, I'm paraphrasing, but like, oh, this email or the attachments are too large and may not go through. Do you want to use whatever the option is that Google has, right? Or that the iPhone has? So I was like, well, I don't want to risk my email not going through in full. So I used that. And then my sister's like, oh, maybe they didn't like that. Maybe they want to be able to see like this, download attachment until September 13th. Anyways, so what I did today, I did two things. I did three things. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. First of all, I called the clerk's office and I said, I think I figured it out. but I'm calling to follow through with what I said. I said I would call in an email because they responded with an email with a phone number that I could call. And I called the clerk's office here in Las Vegas. I said, I have resent every PDF without a zip file. So, and I CC'd myself on my on a separate Gmail address. I BCC'd myself from my phone just to like make sure it went through. So I took out the zip file. Anyways, I took out the zip file. I emailed it to them. I BCC'd myself on a different email. It went through all of the PDF attachments. Everything was a PDF. So I called them and I said, hey, I just wanted to reach out. I said, because they had emailed me saying you can check out the court's website. They said it wasn't attached as a PDF, and I'm like, what are you talking about? This was a PDF. They said you can call or check out the court's website for more information. So I called, and there was nobody there. So I was like, well, I'll call them back because I don't want to leave a voicemail. I call again 15 minutes later. There was nobody there. So then I reached out to my sister because my sister works with me, as I mentioned, and she's the techie one. I'm not the techie guy. Before this all, I didn't even freaking know how to make a PDF. Anyways. Oh my God, I'm getting like hot in here. I have to like make it colder in the air. My sister said, try sending it again without the zip file and try sending it again without the option that Apple or the iPhone gives you of like batching it or down or whatever the fudge it is. You know what I'm talking about? When you get that message, this might be too big, send it this way. I didn't do it that way. I sent it the normal way, like risking that it didn't go through. But that's why I CC'd myself to my Gmail and it went through. So I called the clerk's office the third time because I had said in an email responding to them that I was going to call them because they said you can get more info on our website or call us. I called them and I said, hello, just calling because I said I would. No need to call me back if all of the documents went through correctly. I triple checked. They are all PDFs. It was all sent in one email. They all came through, and I'm just so sorry if there was any frustration or miscommunication because of my technical difficulties. And then I started crying. And then I started crying on the freaking phone call to the clerk's office. And thank God it was just a voicemail. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I felt so dumb. I felt like because I annoyed them. Like, before they sent that one email, I was like, they sent me a few emails today. That first one that I read to you was the first email. Then I said, okay, let me send them individually. Then I sent them one at a time. It was 6 attachments total. The certificate of service, exhibit A, B, C, D, and E. And I said, subject matter, email 1 of 6, email 2 of 6. Then they responded back being like, no. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying. Anyways, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. This isn't even my Blake Lively segment yet. Let's race through everything else and just freaking get to Blake Lively. Wait, you were so sad when who died? Who died? What are you talking about? Oh, I forgot to mention. So, because my anxiety is through the roof. Oh, Bob Saget. Because my anxiety is through the roof, I had a freaking breakdown crying to the clerk's office while I left the voicemail earlier today. Even though I think I finally figured out, don't use the send it the normal way on the iPhone, not like download through iCloud or whatever. I sent it the normal way, and without the zip, I'm 99.9% sure they got it. But I also had it all printed out and sent to the clerk's office here in Las Vegas by FedEx, just in case. Worst case scenario. I don't want to give them any excuse not to acknowledge that I properly served Blake Lively's counsel, because the judge here in Las Vegas gave me the deadline of August 19th to serve her lawyers. And I did that on Wednesday. I did that 2 days ago. And I've been trying to email them the certificate of service and the exhibits attachment, the receipt and the emails and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, okay, let's continue. Tom Cruise. We're going to get back to Blake Lively. Don't you worry. Oh, Mary J. You guys, like, I'm a hot mess. There's no other word or phrase to describe it. Like, I feel like I'm fun right now, but I'm also like not even a strategic hot mess right now. Like, I'm just like hot mess city. Like, my brain is fried. Anyways, apparently according to People magazine, Donald Trump, according to multiple publications actually, Donald Trump offered Tom Cruise a Kennedy Center honor, the very prestigious Kennedy Center honors. And Tom Cruise denied it due to scheduling difficulties. Do we believe that? Or do we really think that Tom Cruise just wanted nothing? No, did not want to be associated with Donald Trump. I think the latter. Oh, you know what? Oh my God. Literally, I'm so scatterbrained. Not scatterbrained. You guys, oh my God. You guys, fudge. This is exclusive. This is an exclusive little, if you're watching now, basically Blake Lively's all over this video, even though I said she was only going to be towards the end. I sent Judge Lyman a new letter today. Fudge. Hold on. Let me send it to myself. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Let me text it to myself so I can read it. You're going to love this. Hold on. Y'all, I'm not from the South, but I use y'all. If I was at 100, I would have made a standalone video for this. But I can barely function right now. So I did not make a standalone video for this. So if you're watching this right now, you're epic. And thank you. So earlier today in New York, in the Southern District there, in the court that Judge Lyman is proceeding over, this non-party filed a letter with the court letting Judge Lyman know that he has been subpoenaed by Blake Lively. Is anybody paying close attention to the docket and the filings? What's his name? His name is J. Alexander Townsend. This is a name that some people might remember because this is a guy who previously filed a motion to intervene. I believe that's the technical term, or a request to intervene. I don't know if it's like a motion or if it's a request or whatever. And the judge denied it. He said, if I remember the argument, this guy J. Alexander Townsend made, I don't know, it was like a month or two ago or recently. He said, I'm a fan of YouTube content creator journalists, and I've spent a lot of money. It was ridiculous. Yes, the guy from Canada, Becky. The guy from Canada. Oh no, am I glitching? Oh no, I'm glitching? Please, that's stressing me out. Am I glitching? Anybody else? I'm glitching? No? Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. So, this guy filed a letter with the judge today, which he told the judge that he had been subpoenaed. And I watch the docket throughout the day. So what did your boy do? I sent Judge Lyman a letter today, dated August 15th. It says, Esteemed Judge Lyman, I, Mario Armando Lavandeira Jr., known professionally as Perez Hilton, write as a non-party in Lively versus Wayfarer Studios, LLC. As Your Honor ignored my previous letter asking to withdraw my request for a protective order, I am writing today with regards to that aforementioned request for a protective order. I still maintain firmly that the request for a protective order does not automatically subject me to the jurisdiction of the Southern District of New York, as Miss Lively's treacherous lawyers have attempted to persuade this court in ruling. In my official limited response, filed on August 13th, I already argued all the jurisdictional reasons why this farcical claim fails. As Your Honor has not yet ruled on my request for a protective order and Miss Lively's cross motion to compel, I would like to submit some new evidence for consideration. See Exhibit A. Exhibit A is the filing that this guy from Canada submitted today. In docket number 660, movant J. Alexander Townsend shares with the court that he has become yet the latest non-party individual to receive a subpoena by Miss Lively. Shoot, I should have said from Miss Lively. But by still works. From would have sounded better. Whatever. This guy is the latest non-party individual to receive a subpoena by Miss Lively. Why? This Canadian citizen has no connection to the Wayfarer defendants or the plaintiff. He is just a self-described fan and supporter of YouTube content creator journalists and sought to intervene in this court's proceedings. Fudge, I should have said previously. And previously sought, because not today, he didn't today. He previously. But you know what? It's okay, because the guy in his letter today reminded the judge that he had previously sought to intervene. And between us, this guy, J. Alexander Townsend, did not call the YouTubers creator journalists. I call them creator journalists. And that's very strategic. So, I say, he is just a self-described fan and supporter of YouTube content creator journalists and sought to intervene in this court's proceedings. And for what appears to be that sole reason, Miss Lively has now just subjected him to a subpoena, as Mr. Townsend informed Your Honor. This court is going to continue to allow Miss Lively and her legal team to behave so inappropriately? Question mark. They have severely affected my life negatively and that of so many others unnecessarily. Because until now, Your Honor has allowed that. This is your chance to do the right thing. Respectfully submitted. I didn't feel like I needed to remind the judge the protective order that I filed, the request. He knows. The request for the protective order that I filed would, if the judge grants it, require Blake Lively to get approval from the court before she issues any more subpoenas. So I sent that today too. I've had a busy day. Crying on the phone with the clerk's office, leaving a voicemail for them. Anyways, all right. I saw this other who cares? I mean, whatever. Briefly, I want to like just get to the Blake Lively stuff, which I've already done. Jesus Christ, I'm losing my mind. But not like the subject, like all these text messages and the communications. We'll get to that. Okay, Demi Lovato. No, we talked about that yesterday. Tom Cruise talked about that. One of Nicola Peltz's. Okay, who cares? Blah, blah, bloop. Okay. Oh, this is good. Briefly, have any of you guys heard this song Golden? It's the number one song in America right now. Golden. It's atop the Billboard Hot 100. It is from that Netflix show, K-Pop Demon Hunters. I had not heard it, and I'm like, what is this song that's at number one on the Hot 100? I went and I listened to it, and it's garbage. And I love music so much, it pains me when a bad song like that does well on the charts. Not even well, it's number one. Hunter X. The song's called Golden from K-Pop Demon. Ugh, so stupid. Also, I've been keeping an eye in the back of my head on those two influencers that are part of that alleged cult. Miranda Derrick and her husband. I've talked about them a little bit, but not too much. Have any of you been following that story? She and he deleted their social media accounts. What? Why would they delete their social media accounts? They're social media influencers. They're creators. Like, it's something really fishy is going on there. Just saying. I'll be keeping an eye out on Miranda Derrick and her husband. Okay, we did not talk about this yesterday. Did we? You know what? I'm just going to skip to the good stuff because all this other stuff, I've already been talking for too long. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's get to these text messages and email communications. Overnight, a large dump of Blake Lively's evidence entered the court docket. It had previously been filed under seal, but now it has been unredacted. And some Blake Lively supporters are thinking, "Oh my God, these are multiple smoking guns." I'm objective. I'm gonna share some hard truths. I worry for Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties because I don't know. I don't know how a jury will see their handling of the press. A lot will boil down to the judge's explicit instructions. Because I'm of the understanding that the Wayfarer parties were able, of course I know that song, living my life like I'm golden, golden, living my life like I'm golden, golden, living my life like I'm golden, golden. Anyways, the retaliation is one thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, if there are any lawyers watching. I do believe that legally, Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties were able to defend themselves. They were able to correct false narratives through the press. They were not barred from having communications with the media. So the legal definition of retaliation, how that would play out here, I think that's very important for the judge to define. And explain to the jury. And I understand lawyers are gonna lawyer, right? Like, I've always rolled my eyes when Team Baldoni Wayfarer said, oh, there were no HR complaints. There were no HR. I'm like, y'all, there might not have been an official complaint. There might not have been something filed or whatever, but they were aware that there were issues. And I'm sure that there's like a legal reason for their stance on that. But as a non-lawyer, I'm like, y'all, you knew she had grievances. You knew she had issues. Like, what? Thank you, AK. Thank you. Thank you so much, AKC's silenced animal advocate. You angel. Bless you. Thank you so much. So, I'm team the truth. I've always said this. I've said this repeatedly. And some of the hardcore Baldoni people are like, they would always disagree with me on that. I'm like, y'all, you can fight around in circles all you want. The Wayfarer parties, at least Justin and Jamie and the film and all that, and Steve Sarowitz, they knew there was drama. So whatever. So, as I said, all this evidence was dumped onto the public docket last night, and I want to go over some of it because I find some of it very interesting. And personally, I freaking love it because I believe Justin Baldoni was more than believe. I know from what I've read, from my research, Justin was able to defend himself. He was able to defending yourself and retaliation are very separate things. And some of the key things in these filings by Blake Lively are and I'll highlight it. I'm just giving an overview now. Justin was responding to leaks that he believes came from Blake Lively. If anyone was doing the smear campaign, it was Blake Lively. Apparently, in my opinion, it seemed like that. Okay, I got to be very careful with my words because we know how litigious Lively is. But does anybody agree with me on that point? Anyways, let's look at some of these documents. A lot of the really interesting ones for me were between Justin Baldoni and his friends. We had some celebrities that made cameos in these document evidence dumps that Blake Lively has. We got a cameo from Rainn Wilson from The Office. We got a cameo from Andy Grammer, the musician. And a lot of people are like, what? Why? I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. I believe Rainn Wilson and Andy Grammer are fellow members of the Baha'i faith. So that their religion brought Baldoni and Sarowitz and Rainn Wilson and Andy Grammer together, and they're good friends. Okay. Living my life like I'm gold. Now I got that golden song stuck in my head. Golden, golden. All good roses wild. Am I able to share any of the docs submitted by you? Wait, what? What do you mean? I'm confused with your question. Okay. I don't even, like, I think some of these are like, I don't even know how you would describe this. Like what am I looking at? Like, is this like a law, like are these deleted? Like I went through all of this last night and I was confused by a lot of it. This is not a privilege log. This is like a summary of something that happened. Maybe the messages were deleted. I don't know. But there is a lot of messages to get to. Okay. In this one, we see Melissa Nathan and her employees talking about the organic negative press that Blake Lively was getting. And I don't believe, what's really interesting to me about this is that this first set of communications that we're looking at between the TAG employees from Melissa Nathan is from August of last year. In August, I don't believe anybody thought, they might have thought it's a possibility. I don't even know. I don't know what they thought because I'm not them, but I don't really think they believed it was going to get to a lawsuit. Do you know what I mean? I do like Beyonce. I've met her, yeah. So I think when they're talking about the organic negative reaction that Blake Lively got, I think they're being sincere, right? It's not like they were planting those messages hoping to say that then for a possible trial in the future. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like they were trying to like outsmart or trick anybody. Yes, she was. That one, I think they were talking about Stephanie Jones. I don't care about Stephanie Jones. But you know what else I also thought about when I was reading all of this evidence dump, almost anybody else would have probably just agreed to release the statement that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds wanted Baldoni and company to release. And I went back and I reread the statement. Let me see if I can pull it up. Shoot, I should have pulled it up. I just had the communications. What was the statement? The statement Blake Lively wanted Justin Baldoni. Here we go. I found it. Yay. Okay. They wanted Justin Baldoni to release this last August, okay? It Ends With Us was a troubled production, which we take full accountability for. We are very sorry to everyone we caused upset to, privately and publicly. Blake Lively, Colleen Hoover, the entire cast and crew led with professionalism every step of the way. Oh, thank you, Veronica. Any negativity aimed at them is ours to own. We mutually agreed that the cast would be promoting that's a lie. This is a lie. We mutually agreed that the cast would be promoting the film separately and understood why. We have always said we are not perfect, and even if unintentionally make mistakes, we will always own them. We hold ourselves accountable. It's not anyone's job but ours, and that's part of being man enough. We will practice what we preach. We are learning and growing from the experience, and we thank everyone for their patience as we find a better way to proceed. We are very proud of the film and the welcome arms that it's been received. Part of our work is to have uncomfortable conversations for public growth. The film is doing that on screen, and we are doing that off screen. Thank you to the cast, crew, and public for the opportunity to be imperfect and to be given the space to learn and grow with humanity and dedication. Yeah, it would have sucked to release that, but I don't think that statement would have like really hurt Justin Baldoni. And that statement did not admit to any specific wrongdoing. That statement could have gotten him out of this and saved all the stress and turmoil and drama. I don't know. I would have probably advised him to release this statement. Because actually, like now with hindsight, a year later, it's not even that bad of a statement, I think. It sucks because we know the truth, what happened, but it could have avoided everything. And actually, that's the thing. I think Blake and Ryan were shocked, taken aback that Baldoni did not agree to release this statement. Because 9 out of 10 other people would have. 9 out of 10 other people would have released this statement. I think you're that 1 out of 10, imagine. Most other people, because I'm sure by this point they didn't know she was going to sue, but by this point there were already conversations about retaining Brian Friedman. There were conversations about hiring a lawyer. Although he, according to Brian Friedman and court documents, he was not officially retained until sometime So it's just crazy. Crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. All right, let's go look at some more documents. And I'm crazy for lying, crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Some of these communications are pretty recent. This one was about a project that I was a part of. In February, this British production company reached out to a friend of Justin Baldoni's to appear in a documentary about the It Ends With Us saga, which I did. And I was told, oh, you have to tone it down. You can't speak, you can't give your opinion. I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever. Like, I don't regret doing it, but I wasn't able to really speak my mind in that documentary. I think it's called, it had a different title in the UK, and in the US it's on HBO Max, I believe, and it's called Lively versus Baldoni or something like that. That was interesting. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. I'm not gonna go through all of this, y'all. Like, I'm freaking depleted. But I do want to go through some more. Here we go. This is interesting. So on the 15th of August, Justin Baldoni texted Melissa Nathan. Stacy! Holy guacamole, Stacy! Thank you, Stacy! Thank you, Stacy. All right. On August 15th, Justin Baldoni texted Melissa Nathan, the crisis PR manager, the following. He wrote, my partner Steve Sarowitz, the billionaire, asked about flipping the narrative from this leak, this AM, about Ryan saying the script was a disaster and he saved the movie. So, context, framing, the full picture matters. In this instance of the evidence, the bombshell, this is evidence from that Blake Lively got that was just unredacted. Melissa Nathan responded, actually, it's working in our favor. Ryan Reynolds looks the worst and continues to play into that narrative of them being awful. It's playing good for us, bad for them. And then Baldoni responded, he clearly he was writing a continuation. He said, wanted to flip it to something about Ryan claiming the female hired was a feminist writer, didn't know how to tackle a female film, etc., using their own words against them. This is an easy flip. And also, this request came from Steve Sarowitz, not from Baldoni. He was just communicating it. I don't think that's problematic at all. And I love this. I love knowing and seeing like Baldoni has backbone, man. Like I love it. And he also tells Melissa Nathan, and the fact that they saved the script from what I think is a disaster after we had a green lit script and was a strike basically implies they were scabs. Ryan Reynolds, I believe, is a member of the Writers Guild, and he wrote on It Ends With Us during the writer's strike. Tisk, tisk, tisk. He added also, it's a man coming in to say this female writer sucks and I need to save it. Let him drown in his own pool, Baldoni wrote, and doing it while there was a strike. I love it. I love it. And then he continued saying, there is no truce here. So apparently there was communications about a truce, Baldoni says, there is no truce here. Someone should tell his team that we are ready to fight if they keep leaking this Boom. I don't think this is a bad look for Justin Baldoni whatsoever. All right, let's keep it moving. Excuse me. Yes, there is a lot of communication amongst the tag women, the publicists, talking about all of the outreach that they were doing to all of these publications, like, the Hollywood Reporter, The Wrap, Deadline, Billboard, Variety. But once again, defending yourself is not the same as retaliation. It's not. They were not forbidden from talking to the media. Let's see what exhibit this one is. Oh, thank you, Veronica. Yes, Madonna still is my number one. Yes, I have met her. I love this. Melissa Nathan really hated Stephanie Jones. This one text exchange. He cannot expect us to work with Stephanie. I won't do it. Stephanie Jones's reputation precedes her. All right. Wait, why is Scooter Braun brought up here? Have you and Melissa Z chatted about the case, about the CBS KCAL press interview on the 14th? Oh, maybe it's about a separate thing. They've asked if Scooter can do it in the Nova spreadsheet. Oh, it's about the Nova documentary. Okay, they're talking about more than one thing. Scooter Braun is also a client of Melissa Nathan's, and he did this Nova Music Festival documentary. So yeah, they must have been talking about different things here. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm only trying to do the relevant parts. Another instance here that a lot of the Blake Lively hardcore folks are trying to make into a big deal. Brian Friedman introduced, and actually he said this was attorney-client privileged, but I guess it was determined that it was not attorney-client privilege. He introduced Melissa Nathan and the tag team to Sage Steele, a client of his and a journalist who also has a popular show on YouTube, I believe. And after this conversation, Sage Steele did a post about all the drama. But once again, defending yourself is not retaliation. And retaliation is very specific. Retaliation for reporting the alleged SH. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Oh my goodness, sorry. Yeah, I'm fading. I am dying. I want to get to some of the Baldoni texts. I'm going to skip this one. Stacy! Stacy! You are so epic, Stacy. Thank you. Well, we got to that one Baldoni text exchange with Melissa Nathan. I want to get to one with him and his friends. There was a lot of evidence dumped last night. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. Oh. Was in July of 2023. In July of 2023, Justin Baldoni and Steve Sarowitz were already in the thick of it all. By that point, they were aware, they knew about the drama, okay? And they were talking about it all, and they were quoting their religion, and they were just saying, we should always find the positives. Justin told Steve, we should always find the positives in things. And Steve Sarowitz responded saying, exactly. Abdul Baha says if we find 999 negative things about one, we should focus on the one positive thing. How wild. Even when he was going through this exceptionally painful period in his life, Justin Baldoni and Steve Sarowitz wanted to find the positive in Blake Lively. I don't know if they still believe that, but back in July of 2023, they did. I think that's very telling. All right. Oh God. Okay. Oh, we don't know who's. Okay. So this was a group text between Justin Baldoni and his friends. Like I mentioned, Andy Grammer, Jamie Heath, Rainn Wilson, Travis Van Winkle, an actor, some other folks. When was this? This was in January of 2024. This broke my heart. Justin Baldoni texted his friends. So he had told all his friends what was going on the set of the movie. January of 2024, this was after the strike ended, and this is when production resumed. On January 2nd, 2024, he texted his friends. Baldoni said, hey all, Happy New Year. Flying back to New Jersey, Friday is day 1 of 17. I haven't seen Blake in person since this safety letter accusation, feeling all sorts of things. She used the claim letter to gain power over the whole production, trying to find my balance of captaining a ship and leading it while it's being held hostage. How to give her most of what she wants while maintaining some of my own vision. And starting Friday, acting and working with this person who can and will use anything she can against me. It's all scary. Yet I know I have protection. Starting this thread again, as I will need the emotional, spiritual support. Love you all. And then one of his friends, who it says redacted, responded saying, at the temple, we'll pray for you. How special it is to have friends like that. I need more friends like that. Justin Baldoni is a very lucky guy, but you know what? He probably has friends like that because of the kind of guy he is. Oh, God. Another one of Baldoni and the same friend group. This was, I think, when did I say that was? That was January 2nd. This is January 4th of 2024. Justin told his friends, Jamie and I are heading over to Blake's now with other producers for the big meeting. First time we have seen each other in person since her safety allegations. Would appreciate, which I love the way he's phrasing it, because obviously he doesn't believe her characterization of things, like her safety allegations. Like, she invited him into her trailer while she was pumping. And now she doesn't want that. Okay, all right. So first time we have seen each other in person since her safety allegations. Would appreciate any prayers for protection and strength, calm. Praying for strength and protection and angels all around. Somebody responded. Rainn Wilson, they didn't redact this, said, sitting now for some prayers. Ay, ay, ay. Here's an interesting, oh, fudge, where's the, here's an interesting text exchange where Nathan and Justin Baldoni are talking about how they didn't hire bots. They didn't hire bots. They didn't orchestrate this smear campaign. They're talking about this. What else? Okay. That's true, Imagine. If anything, it's Blake Lively who made things uncomfortable for Justin Baldoni. Why would she invite him on a private plane if she thought he SH'd her? Why would she invite him into the editing bay with her? All right, I think that's most of the good stuff. I'm just going through the last few exhibits quickly. A lot of this is financial information. A filing of the CRD complaint. More of the CRD complaint. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. It seems like, when was this? This was in March of 2023. This is interesting also. In March of 2023, the producers on the movie were talking about Sony taking the lead on all workplace issues. But it seems like they didn't. That was a lot of this evidence. Really, I believe a lot of this evidence only helps Justin Baldoni. Oh, excuse me. Jesus Christ, for this long. What the fudge? I'll never forget today, y'all. Another email about how Sony should take the lead on everything HR related. That's true, Marilyn. A lot of Blake Lively's text messages to Justin Baldoni were inappropriate. If anything, he could have made the argument, this woman had me on eggshells at all times. I didn't know how to respond to her. Like, never with teeth and ball busting and blah, blah, blah. Like, let's see. I don't care about all these Jed Wallace emails. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Oh, this is an interesting, context matters. It seems like Jenny Slate also had issue with like the whole sexy comment thing, which I don't need to, I'm not his, Justin's lawyer has already explained the whole sexy comments. God's giving me a headache now. But honestly, Blake Lively is going to have I think based on the evidence so far and what we know, Blake Lively is going to have thank God a jury is going to decide this and not Judge Lyman, I think Blake Lively is going to have a really hard time proving SH. I think it's going to be a really uphill battle for her. Because I think most sensible, normal people will not view it the way she's trying to depict it. Correct, Roses, correct. Oh, excuse me. Jesus Christ. Jamie Heath, the producer, talking about this is bonkers. Wow. What? This can't be true. Apparently, the defense for all of this back in August was going to cost $9 million. This is what Jamie Heath said. He said to Andy Grammer, too much to text. I've hired a crisis management team costing $9 million. Thank you, Mari V. $9 million. Holy fudge. All the money that all of this has sucked. The lawyers and the publicists are the real winners. But also the publicists are, this has been so heavy for so many people. So crazy. Crazy. All right, almost done. Okay, another Jed Wallace. I don't care. Is this a Jed Wallace? No, this is Jen Abel. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Mari V. Okay. Okay, almost done. Holy fudge. I need to wrap this up. I can't talk forever. Some of you have been watching a long time. Thank you for sticking around with me. Holy hell. Okay. A lot more of Melissa Nathan and her employees. And we're done. Ah! And we're done. Thank God it's the weekend. It's the freak. Oh my God. Ew. Why did I get that R. Kelly song stuck in my head? You guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Oh, what an epic. This is the longest live stream I've ever done on YouTube. And I didn't even intend, I thought it'd be like 20, 30 minutes. Here we are, almost an hour and a half later. Oh my God. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, everybody who's a member. Thank you to the non-members as well. What a week. What a week. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you Monday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 4:15 Pacific. I am live here on YouTube at that time every weekday. Hit the like button like Becky said. Leave a comment. Everybody can comment.